in just outside of the city of Porterville, and really, if you trace back the roots of the citrus industry in California, you'll see Porterville as an area that was planted, some of the earliest citrus planted in this valley. What's unique about this particular ranch with being on the hillside is a heavier Porterville clay that's here. That really is a benefit, especially during drought periods. It holds water better naturally than a sandier soil, and so the consumption of water on a Porterville clay soil is going to be less than maybe a sandy loam soil. Your quality of your fruit on the lemons we've seen in heavier soils is better as well. The lemons will hold longer if you need to hang them on the tree in order to get to the later markets. So there's a lot of benefits to these heavier soils. And it's more elevated than the majority of the citrus growing region. So when the hard freezes do come, this is one of the properties that's gonna freeze last, is the best way to say it. And the money is going to be really good when the rest of the lemons are taken out. The varieties on this ranch in particular, there's a lot of lemons on this ranch. There's some caracaras and there's some tangos. Pistachio variety on this ranch is a Golden Hills, and it's an earlier maturing variety, and it's one of the more popular varieties that's being planted. Really excited. Those pistachios are planted on this ranch in a lower part of the hillside, down towards the bottom, where the cold air drains off the hillside into that somewhat of a bowl. And when it gets too cold down there, that's actually a benefit for the pistachios from a chill hour perspective. So the layout and the design of how this ranch was planted is really advantageous to the varieties that are here. So the water on this ranch is the best part of the ranch. This ranch has 3 sources of water. It has Linmore Irrigation District, Pioneer Irrigation District, as well as a well on the ranch. And Pioneer is a very unique district in that it has riparian rights off the Tule River. And so it's some of the most secure water that we have. It's some of the first water off the Tule River. About half the ranch is in the Linmore Irrigation District, but we can use the water from either Pioneer or Linmore anywhere on the ranch, as well as the one well that we have. So this is probably one of the most water secure ranches within our portfolio. The redevelopment plans on the ranch, we've got, it's about 3 acres of blood oranges down at the bottom of the hill. That the Sanguinelli blood is a good variety, and it's a really good tasting, but it's overplanted. And so these trees are only about 5 years old. So they're at prime age to top work and bud those over to the Star Ruby grapefruit. So we'll be doing that in the spring, probably about March, April, and start growing that tree. It'll take 3 years for that to be fully into production, but it'll come back really quickly and be a nice variety for us. Some of the big trends in the industry that we're seeing is lemons have exploded really in the last, I'd say, 15 to 20 years. And so the vast majority of this ranch, being mature lemons, is coming into a market that is really progressing well in this country. There's a lot of competition wanting to get into the United States to access this lemon market, but here in this particular area up in the San Joaquin Valley is really what I would call probably the future of the lemon deal in California. The caras and the tangos, these are all varieties that people just love to eat. People are interested in really good, fresh quality citrus on the shelf, and domestically, these are some of the best varieties that you can grow.